Welcome back to Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. I am so happy. I am always happy and I'm always very inspired when young persons sit before me. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I always make the point that I love when young people are doing wonderful things. I love when you guys are positive and we take the time to highlight you and recognize what you're doing in this space. And my first guest is no different. She's very humble and she came in and she sat so quietly. But I know when it's time to really talk about what she knows, it's a powerhouse of information that we're going to get. So Telesha Toney, I want to make sure I get it right. Telesha Toney joins us today. She is the owner of Toney's Accounting and Financial Services. And you know what? One of the things we want to talk about today is you want to start your own business. What happens? What are the pros and cons? So Telesha is here and she's going to answer all of those questions for us. So first of all, thank you so much.
Good morning, and thank you for having me here today. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you so much for coming. So, tell me a little bit about your accounting financial services. How did this come into fruition?
Okay, so I started my business in 2018. I would consider it the one-stop shop for business solutions. When I say one-stop shop, I do business registration. So I more or less take your business from vision, from on paper, actually getting it registered. We do the bank accounts and also bookkeeping. So I say one-stop shop, anything business related, any business solutions that you may need, Toney's Financial is the place for you.
Yeah, and there's the tagline, Toney's Financial is the place for you. She said it, guys. She gave us the tagline right there. So what is it like in terms of your clientele? Do you have like a vast majority of various ages coming to seek you?
Yes, I have a vast network of clients. I have both clients in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm totally grateful for that. I have young clients. I have middle-aged clients. I have small businesses, I have large businesses as well. So I take anyone. Yeah.
What about your background, let's say educationally? Did you always have a love and a passion for financial services, accounting, that type of sphere? Did you always enjoy studying accounts and those kinds of things?
Definitely. And my passion started when I was in third form.
Okay.
The minute I started doing principles of accounts, I knew that that was the direction I needed to go. So I did it from third form to fifth form. I excelled at it in CXE. I moved on to do tertiary education, went to sixth form. Of course, I did accounting at sixth form as well. And after school, I immediately started OJT working at an accounting firm. So I felt like I was in a playground because I had the opportunity to actually do accounting from scratch and learn all the details in accounting. And then I further did my degree in accounting. So I would say my passion started from since I was in third form.
I always speak about what school does or what the institution called school, what it does for a young person, a young mind. And we were having a discussion earlier this week, and we were saying sometimes when you miss out on not just the academic aspect of school, but also the social interactions that you should have, then there's always something that's missing. And with you would have loved financial studies. You loved accounting and those sorts of things from a very tender age, third form.
Yeah.
But also, you were experiencing the social aspect of things. So now you are socializing. You know how to converse. You know how to make your clients feel comfortable, and things like that. And these are so important for a business owner because it sets the tone.
Yes.
Either I come to your business and I love the way you made me feel when I left,
Yes.
or I don't come back because I wasn't pleased with the service that I got.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a holistic kind of experience, yeah?
And I think my customer service experience came from my 5 years working at the bank as well.
Right.
So I took that with me into my business because at the bank you always have to give your best to your clients. So I think that's where my customer service skills actually
took flight.
Took flight
Yeah.
there.
Because sometimes you don't have a choice. Regardless, you're sick, you're not feeling to be at work today, you still have to be accommodating.
Yes. And one thing I always say in business, I always strive to, give my best to my client because that one client that comes can refer another client and another client can refer other client. So I always try my best to give my best service. I always make sure I provide a solution for my clients because I want them to come back.
Yeah.
And I want them to refer others to me.
Yeah, and you have to have continuity. You have to have something that stands out about your business that makes people want to come.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And she agrees with me. She's shaking
I
yes.
I should have maintained the highest quality of work, and I think my customer service is definitely top notch. Because based on my reviews from my various clients that I would get, and I always try to be accommodating as well,
So you want to start your own business. Let's delve into that. Where does one start?
I would tell anyone who wants to start their business to actually definitely do your market research. So that would give you a better understanding of the industry that you want to go in. You take a look at your competitors and also your target market and the industry trends. So I would definitely say you start doing some research first before you jump into starting a business.
And you definitely have to have a focus point because what type of business are you going to start?
That is important as well. But I usually tell my clients to not just get up one day and say, okay, I'm going to start a business. Do something you're passionate about. If you already have an existing skill and you see that you can turn it into a business, that is definitely possible. So do something you're passionate about.
So you have to know ifs, maybes. You have to love what you do.
Yes, definitely.
I think so many people get up to go to work and they don't love their jobs. They're going because they have to.
Yes.
And so starting your own business is like a whole other level. It starts with a choice.
Yes.
That, listen, I want to get out of this whole rat race. I want to get out of this whole 9-to-5 thing that everybody else is doing. So like you said, you have to have the idea. You have to do your research. What about your demographic? Does that play a part in the type of business you start? Because sometimes it's about where you live. Sometimes it's about the people that you would come into contact with. And so you sometimes have to choose something that you know will appeal to your consumer or your audience or what have you.
I think that's where looking at the industry trends come in. So you're looking at the market that you want to go into. For example, if you know you want to start selling kids clothing, we know that's is it gonna range from, you're gonna start from newborn, you go up to 12, or you're gonna go up to 14, or even adults. What kind of adult clothing are you gonna sell? Are you gonna do casual? Are you gonna do workwear? Are you gonna do church clothing? Like, those decisions are critical.
There are so many questions that would come up because most of the times when you have to take that leap, most people still have a fear. They have a fear of everything. They have a fear of failure. They have a fear of, okay, what if people don't like this product? So it's always a fear that people have in starting a business. So what would you say to anyone who is desirous of starting a business but they don't know where to start? What advice would you give to someone who comes to you?
The first thing I would tell them, they can actually look for mentorship in someone who may be in the market that they would like to venture into, or even if the person isn't in the market, you can look for a mentor. You definitely do your research. I mean, starting a business is not easy. Operating a business is not easy. Yes, you're going to be fearful, but it is rewarding.
What are some of the vital aspects you need to be aware of? You spoke about doing your research. You spoke about your product, and also we just spoke about the demographics. Would it make sense to start this particular kind of business because of my environment, because of where I may live, or because there's so many fears? And sad to say, some business owners, they don't have the international train of thought when starting. So it comes back to where I am, where I live, what region, and those kinds of things. You know, a typical day or a typical person coming to do like a business plan. What would a typical business plan have in it? What would it entail? Like, I am coming and I want to start. There's so many things that I want to do and I have not narrowed it down. But I have to have some sort of business plan. What would a business plan, a basic business plan, have? What would it entail?
Okay, so you're definitely starting the business plan. It will have the details of your business. You want to make sure you detail the name of the business, what does your business entail. You want to put some market research into that business as well, your target market. You also want to feature the location of your business. If you have a physical location, or even if you're doing online, you want to put some marketing trends in there. Advertising, how are you going to reach your target market? Are you going to do the traditional advertising? How are you going to do your promotion? Are you going to do online? Because there are social media. And I always encourage persons to ensure that you have a social media platform, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, because that's where people spend most of their time.
That's where most of the traffic is.
So your business plan will also look at your financial projections, what you may intend to make probably within 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. What are your future plans for the business? Where do you see the business in 5 years? Where do you see the business in 3 years? So that would be what should be in your business plan.
You know what, guys? This is a wonderful conversation, but guess what? We're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with Miss Telesha. Brunch at Taste of Tobago is on, so we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. All right, see you guys soon. And we are back with Brunch of Taste of Tobago. What is going on? So many tongue twisters today. We are back. I'm going to slow it down. With Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. And I was just speaking with Telesha on the break, and I have to say that it's very inspiring to meet young people and they actually know what they want. They actually have a focus. And so we got into talking about registration of one's business. And so we're going to touch on that. So let's delve in. What does one need to do? What do we need to know when embarking on registering our business?
Okay, so firstly, I would say the traditional model of registering your business would have changed at companies registry. So some of the things that you would need to have your business registered, firstly, I'll just go into the documentation and then I'll just elaborate a bit. So you firstly need 2 forms of identification to have your business registered. You need to also have your birth certificate. These are new criteria that they dropped on us
Right.
for their new cross system that they have implemented. Right, so you need 2 forms of identification. Make sure they are valid. Your birth certificate. They also require a selfie now, holding one ID. That's to verify your identity. And then they would ask your basic information, which is your full name, your address, telephone contact, your occupation, and your email address. So when you go onto the system, you use that information to do your application, and then they would provide you with your login details, and they give you a unique PIN that you can do your business registration and anything related to your business. So it's something that you have for future use as well. So once that is done, you can go on to do your name search. I usually advise my customers to have at least 2 or 3 options in the event that one is rejected.
Okay.
So you want to use a unique name, nothing too vague or vulgar.
Or common
So,
that
or
everybody's
common.
going to have.
And you could also use something that is relative to your business, something easy for persons to find as well to do your name search.
Right.
So have at least 2 or 3 options in the event that one is rejected. Yeah?
Yeah, one of the questions that constantly buzz: funding for one's business. So I come to you, I have done the research, I have the idea, and you are assisting me with what comes next. But we get to the funding part, and then all of the question marks, the really big question marks, they pop up. What do we, or how, where are we pointed to when it comes to looking for funding for our business?
I know most persons would use, particularly for product-based businesses, they may use their savings, or you may have family members who are willing to invest in your business.
Right.
Some persons may go the route of a business loan. I know particularly BDU offers equipment. They offer a grant to business owners, particularly equipment. I know Netco is also helpful as well.
Right.
But for a service-based business, your startup costs would be minimal because you're providing a service. The most you may need, depending on what service you're providing, you may need just probably stationaries, some equipment. So your cost would be minimally low for a service-based business.
There's so much that is buzzing in my head right now because of the information that you're sharing. Now, for entrepreneurs who are looking to start, they are already halfway there. They already have the idea, they already have, their niche market and all of that. But for some reason, there is still some sort of issue that is holding them back. What would you say to young entrepreneurs coming up? If you had to leave a message or a positive word, what would you say to our entrepreneurs today?
So what I would say to a young, upcoming, budding entrepreneur, I would say do it scared. That's the first thing I would say. You may not get the support that you may be looking for at first, but do it scared. The best thing to do is start. Start with what you have.
I love that.
Start with what you have.
Yeah.
Yes, you may face obstacles. Life would present its challenges sometimes, but don't let it deter you. Pray I would also say pray as well about the business that you would like to start. Give it to God and let Him do the rest.
I like that. I like that. How do we, before I forget, how do we find you, your telephone contact, social tags, etc.?
Okay, so my contact number is 765-6089. I am on all social media platforms. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's Tony's Financials.
Right. So you're basically accessible. So there's
Definitely.
no excuse. But no, I was looking and I didn't see it. And
I am
all
accessible.
these things would come up. Yeah?
Yes.
So, I want to thank you so much. You really given us so much information this morning. I did not see the nervousness. You told me you were nervous when you walked in. However, I did not see that. You see, there's a passion that comes when you're talking about something that you love.
And I'm
to
also
do.
shy as well, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't tell. So that's wonderful. I hope that this is, just a positive part of the journey. So as you do it more and more,
yes,
it becomes more a part of you.
Yes.
Yes. So
and I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I'm really grateful to be here today.
And I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for giving us your time. It's a wonderful thing to be able to have these conversations, and that is what Brunch is all about. All right, so thank you, Telesha, for coming. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful episode today.
Yes, and thank you for having me.
You're most welcome, my darling. So we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. But before I go, let me just give you the trivia question. How did Sandy Point, located in Crown Point, Tobago, get its name? Let me say that again. How did Sandy Point, located in Crown Point, Tobago, get its name? So you guys get to typing. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. See you soon.